Well, we have all the more reason to be in glorious wide vision because it now fits my new full bed. Pardon it for being unmade. Anyway, I now that I'm rearranging things, putting things away, I thought it would be a nice time to get into my non-flat autographed items. And I got them right here, and I am going to show them to you right now. Starting with no, this is badass. Yes, it's the Johnny Lawrence reaction figure. However, I have got that signed by multiple people. We have William Zabka himself, of course. Pardon the smears. And up here is Martin Kove. John Kreese, of course. Who I'm sure and I'm glad are getting a whole new following and much more appreciation through the 3 series of Cobra Kai. When I met them, this was a bit before the series began. They had a Karate Kid reunion. And as a matter of fact, pardon that, we also got Ralph Macchio on the other side. I think there were more guys there, but I just got those 3 people. And all on the same figure. So you got a peek at this before. It is a reissued Barbecue from G.I. Joe, signed by Lauren Lester, who voiced Barbecue on the cartoon series. He is also best known for being Robin, the Boy Wonder, on Fox's Batman the Animated Series. Well, Fox, and then later it became Kids WB. But that very, very iconic animated series, he was Robin, later to be Nightwing. And yes, I tried to tell him about the pork chop sandwiches, the whole Fensler Films meme. He had no idea what I was talking about. Okay, now we got a plush of the original blue Power Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger series, the first series, also known to you as Billy. And I got the back of that, if you look carefully, signed. Okay, now, if I could be serious for a moment, I have an ECW Lance Storm figure signed. Do I have anything back here? Nope. It was made in China, but we all know the truth. It was made in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. All right. Okay, a little custom figure, a little custom item. Representing the closet in the climax to the movie Halloween. Got some pictures put in there. It came with coat hangers. I don't know if I since lost those when transporting it from place to place. Anyway, the real story is behind it, in which I have autographs by Danielle Harris, and then I totally have an autograph by PJ Souls. What else? What else? What else? What else? This bag has a couple things in it. Alright. We got the Red Ranger from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line. Or series. But all is not what it seems. For this one is signed as well. But it is by Steve Carderas, who was Rocky, who was the second Red Ranger on that series, following Austin St. John. And I felt a few more things in this plastic bag. What else do I have? What else is in here? Ah! Another ECW figure. Just incredible. Signed also. Must say that he's another one that I've Virgilized over the years. And speaking of wrestling, I have, it's a miniature replica of the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's meant to be kind of like a bracelet. And on that I got Hammer. Speaking of Virgilizing, Tito, Honky Tonk Man, and Scott Hall. I think on the back, yep, Marty Jannetty, and he's another Virgilizer. And I never told this story yet in my videos, but we all know that he can be a bit touchy-feely and even in the inappropriate areas when it comes to women. But now we have a little belt there. Are you ready for a big one? My replica of the NWA United States Tag Team Championship. And I have attempted to get this signed by all of the surviving holders of that title. Obviously there's many people I can't get. Pardon me for a second. Okay. I think as it is right now, the only people I have not gotten to sign this who are still surviving members of this lineage. Okay, I didn't get Barry Windham. I didn't get Ronnie Garvin. And I think the only other ones I needed were both Freebirds, both WCW Patriots. That would be Todd Champion and Firebreaker Chip, Curtis Thompson, and Steve Armstrong. Everyone else who's alive is pretty much accounted for on this belt. And I'm ready to show you now. We got Bobby Eaton from the Midnight Express, who were the iconic, quintessential team to hold the U.S. Tag Team titles. Now we got the Barbarian, who held one of the team, one member, sorry, this is going to end up being in the blooper reel if I'm not careful. He is a member of the last team to hold the belts when it became WCW. His partner was Dick Slater, and not the Warlord, who managed to get in on signing the title even though he never held it. But I'll let that slide. On the opposite end is Kevin Sullivan, who held it with Dr. Death Steve Williams. And on the opposite end of the strap is got Bobby Fulton of the Fantastics. We got Greg the Hammer Valentine. The other half of the Midnight Express, Stan Lane. And I think that's Rick Steiner, who held it with two different partners, Eddie Gilbert, and, of course, the master of math, the master of the freaks, Big Papa Pump himself, his brother Scott. So we flip the belt over, and we find, okay, nothing yet, but it's appropriate that this belt is red because the next signing is the Red Rooster himself, Terry Taylor, who was Greg Valentine's partner. And there's Scott Steiner. Who's this? I don't know who this is, or I can't remember. Did Rick Steiner sign there too? Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to I have to cycle through the names of champions in my head. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably remember shortly. No, wait, I've got it. That's Ron Simmons. I was holding it upside down. So everyone got to see my thought process in live real time. But no, Ron Simmons, who held it with Big Josh, aka Matt Bourne. And then on the far left is our last signature, Barry Darsow, signing it as Crusher Khrushchev. Him and Ivan Koloff were the first team to hold the U.S. Tag Team titles. So there you go. I just realized that I blanked out when mentioning the Blue Power Ranger. That would be David Yost, who played Billy on the original series. Sorry about that. Now for our last item, our last non-flat item. Pardon me and pardon the Ziploc. Okay, let me get it out here. This comes from, I think, about 1998. All right. This is a group signature of different people who were on New Jersey 101.5 at the time. And let's see what we got here. Well, Roberta Gale, who was my favorite host at the time. I actually did a tape trade with her, which is how I got this shirt. Long story short, she wanted an episode of Mad TV, and I sent it to her. We have Joe Cutter, who I think did the news. Dennis Malloy, who's still on the station, also formerly an announcer on WTAF Channel 29 in Philadelphia. Don Tandler, who was one of the weekend DJs who played music. Gary Arnell, who was another newscaster. Alan Casper, the weatherman. Alan David Stein, who was another DJ. I think he is now on WMTR on the AM stations. The former morning man, Jim Gerhardt. Willie Twyman, another DJ who played music in the late hours before they just went to doing reruns of the morning and afternoon shows. Jay Sorensen. Jill Myra, New Jersey Traffic South. Yes, she still does the traffic. And up here is Jeff Dominski, who is also still with the channel. And did I have anyone on the other side? I do not. So that's going to do it for my non-flat collection. Hope you enjoy and hope you'll be here for the next autograph adventure.